So most of the vendors offered same day or next day delivery. So that one's not overly complicated to get. We did consignment in a few different ways. Like a lot of vendors understand consignment. That part's not that hard. Or they'll like barcode your shelves. So they're all super happy to barcode your shelves. And then we'll come in once a week and count and sell you inventory. So I think it's actually not that hard to find somebody to work with on that stuff because most local vendors will do it. Some of the bigger vendors don't as much, or if they do, they want it to be like OEM, like motorized units or serialized units. I want to know this serial water heater and where it is. That's most of the consignment, but we've run some version of consignment since 3 million.
And just on parts or on equipment too?
We've tried it all. We tried parts that didn't work as well just because it's confusing. We've tried every version under the sun. Self-managing inventory, and I know that like Chris Hoffman's on the other side of this where he's starting to self-manage his inventory, and that's a huge shift. But it makes sense. I think it's like resources. So like at 3 million, can you hire the best warehouse? At 20 million, can you hire the best warehouse management team ever? And the answer is no, like we can't. We don't know how to hire it. We don't know how to run it. We don't have the resources for them to succeed. At 120 million, sure, that can be a real conversation. So I think most of it is about how can you run a simple business as early as you can. I toured a place that was like 6-7 million and they had consignment all set up for plumbing and HVAC, and it was down to like copper fittings. And it worked really well. And they still had a parts guy or two. And yeah, you can do that. Most of the time we've consigned water heaters because that's really easy to track. So we've consigned all the big stuff. Right now we consign furnaces, boilers, generators, tankless. But like we pull that stuff off the shelf now.
I love that.
The way it used to work, we would order and we would order into our warehouse. Our guys would pull it off the shelves using our warehouse stock system, which wasn't that great. And they would order the materials for next day. A really big push, a big obnoxious push of mine and the whole team is how do we get same day as much as possible? So if I sell a furnace by noon, can I put it in? And the answer is yes. But that took a lot of time. That took a lot of work. But the way it looks now, and like this is where you should go look at the videos because I think you can do this at any size. I just think that we happen to get it figured out at this size. I don't think it's like some magical thing at scale. Yeah, we have all this equipment ready to go. So if I sell a tankless at 11, or we've done it several times now this week where we've sold a furnace at 10:30 in the morning, team's there installing it in like an hour. So we pull the furnace off the shelf, we pull the air conditioner off the shelf, or the generator, the tankless, or the water heater, because it's all right there. Again, reference the video, it's all inside that video. We pull it off depending on the model. 80% of the equipment that we use on a day-to-day basis is on shelf, ready to go. So we rip it off, we let the wholesaler know, like, hey, we pulled it, bill us for it. And then we have these things called pack-out kits. And pack-out kits, is this Milwaukee thing, and this has been a big push. We did HVAC first, and Jen, our HVAC manager, did a great job putting those together, and then plumbing and electric followed 3-4 months later. Just in like February, I think they finished it. Huge project though, like really big. Honestly, it's easier if you do it earlier because it's so big. But the way we were working, we're like, oh, we have to pull all these individual parts for these jobs, felt crazy inefficient. Because again, we need to be able to do this same day, next day. So if we have to spend an hour pulling parts, which is what it would roughly take, or 30 minutes or whatever, and potentially be out of stock on stuff, that's not going to work. Our guys are going to go ill-equipped to jobs. They have these pack-out kits. So we have like 85 of them or some ridiculous number. And you go pull a furnace and you go pull a pack-out. And we have like 10 furnace pack-outs and 10 AC pack-outs and 3 or 4 water heaters and a couple tankless and some boilers and generators and panels and like all these install types pack-outs.
Do those just on them, do they just have like general things like pipe dope and fittings and this? So it's just your general everything you could need?
The way to think about this is your installer's trucks can be empty except for tools. This is now a mobile truck stock that you pull off the truck every night, you restock and you put it back on. That's how we think about it. So we're only putting, instead of 3 shelves into every installed truck, we're now only putting 1. That's where you put your tools. The rest of the pack outs and the equipment gets strapped up to the left side of the van. And it's all like driving efficiency. One, we know our job costing really well. But 2, I can sell a water heater and we can be good to go in like 5 minutes. Go grab the water heater. It's over there, 10 feet away. Go grab the pack out kit, whichever one's available, let purchasing know. And you just you walk away with that kit.